Tom! Hello everybody, Tom Fox here, welcoming you back to Shovel Knight. We haven't had a true Shovel Knight adventure since the Switch launched, so now we're going to be tackling Shovel Knight, King of Cards. Before I begin, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my patrons on Patreon, for without their continued support, content like this would not be possible. If you want to support my channel and content like this, feel free to check out my Patreon, the card at the top of the screen, or the link in the description. I'd also like to mention that I had early access to King of Cards, as I believe on the day this is coming out, it will not be released until December 9th. It's coming out on December 6th, I believe. And so yeah, big shout out to them for providing me with basically a review copy of this expansion. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead here, scroll on over to new game here. We're picking out, of course, King Knight and King of Cards, match brains and brawn in this regal prequel. So it does take place before Shovel Knight. What better name for a king than Kong? Kong. Let's just start. Long ago, the lands were untamed and roamed by legendary adventurers. By all appearances, peace has flourished and carefree new pastimes have taken hold. A card game called Joustus has swept the land, and with it, word of a grand tournament. Presiding over the contest are 3 Joustus judges. These wise kings have been chosen to spread the joy and unity. This contest is of great interest to King Knight, for though some call him a fool who plays at king, even fools know this. Whoever defeats all 3 Joustus judges will win an incredible treasure and be crowned King of Cards. Competing for the Joustus crown is no simple matter, but King Knight schemes, undeterred toward a kingdom of his own. Hear ye, hear ye! I do declare it is time for King Knight to take hold. Now, King Knight, as with all these new Shovel Knight protagonists, control differently. King Knight has a jump, but he also has a shoulder tackle, kind of similar to Wario. If you hit an enemy with a shoulder tackle, you will do a spinning jump. At normal, if you try to jump on things, you'll get injured. However, spin jumping on things will deal damage to them, which I will demonstrate. There we go, now. You also may have noticed that you gain an additional amount of height when you do that. It kind of acts as a double jump, but only when you're near a wall. So you're able to jump up super high and, you know, get all the treasure that you need. Kill bugs, what have you. This makes some very interesting movement tech. I actually, you know, thinking back, I think, like, Spectre Knight probably had my favorite mode of motion, because it was just so fluid. Oh, we got a little area that's a little bit too high here, but you can also cover great distances by jumping and charging, even if you don't hit a wall. So if there's ever a, you know, if you're ever playing this game and there's a gap that you're just not sure you can make it over, just go with the old jump charge. The old jump charge indeed. Whoop. I didn't mean to do for 4,000, Alex. Climb up here. So yeah, I've been so excited for this expansion for the longest time. I'm a huge fan of Shovel Knight. Probably going as far to say that I regret not initially backing it on Kickstarter when I had the chance. I don't know if I mention this every time, but it's something probably I have probably mentioned before. And I'm super excited to play this. I also like how if you use the drill move on you know, like mounds of dirt. I didn't really go over that. If you use the drill move on mounds of dirt and serving platters, I don't remember what the lids are called. Some weird French name that I can't remember. Oh god, okay. Thought I screwed myself there. But yeah, they kind of like drill open, and that allows you to actually access the treasure that are inside the dirt mounds. Ooh. Getting on through here, grabbing ourselves some coin. Boop. Ooh. And of course you can still dance. Hopefully we'll get something that that can occupy that down slot, similar to Spectre of Torment and Plague of Shadows. If you head over to these rings here, manage to reach one, it'll take you to a little bonus area. More or less an expansion of the bog standard level. Oh, another thing I should note about doing the dash jump. If you dash into something, you can't jump until you bounce. You can't jump again until you bounce off of something. Very important to note that. We got ourselves a medal there. I haven't gotten that far in the game, so I'm not entirely sure what those medals do, but we'll learn as time goes on. Certainly we shall. So yeah, it's very important to note like what you can and can't do when you're moving. So for example, if I dash this wall jump and I try to mash the charge button again, nothing will happen. Actually, ooh, I didn't know. That's something new that I didn't know about. If you mash the charge button, you'll do a roll. I wonder what use that would have. I'm very interested to learn more about the this roll technique here. We have another one of these medals here. Come here and grab that. Might as well do what we can to take out some of these bugs, grab ourselves some treasure, and move onward. I figured this is actually a perfect distraction. I say distraction, but I figured this is like the perfect time to start this Let's Play. Considering that the rest of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, at this point I've done the Golden Deer House, for those of you watching this later. It'd be, ooh, I want to get up there. Oh, so you may have also noticed that a heart flew out of there too. If you keep up the combo of jumping on things, then you'll gain more health. But anyway, like I was saying before, at this moment I just finished, oh man, whatever the game was called. Verdant Wind for Fire Emblem 3 Houses. We got the end of the level here, and our mighty Hella Rats take us to safety. So it's gonna take me a little bit longer to do the other paths for 3 Houses. So I figured might as well start on this, since this is something I want to do anyway. This coincided really well, since this is a game, like I said, I've wanted to play for a while. You can see our map here. You can also see that the game is actually divided into smaller sections, like smaller levels. Certainly, this is the first. Seems like a first world, but definitely not the last. You can see on the right, the path continues further right, and we can see our first boss. If you look at the right near the castle, there is the king that King Knight eventually usurps to take over take over Proudmoore Keep. Anyway, let's move on to the plains, Mossy Mountain. Hey, 'tis I, King Knight. And something else we generally see in Shovel Knight games, these mossy slopes. Can't get your spin jump on them if you charge into them. So be wary of that when you're trying to get some extra height. Get ourselves some money here. Money's always going to be important. It's ever important in Shovel Knight to have money. And boop, bam, wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Couldn't get that. There's little roaches here. But they fare not well against our dear King Knight. Uh-oh. Well, I want to get that money. It disappears after a while. So there's probably going to be a level later on where, you know, doing the spin jump is going to be very, like, hazardous to do. So you want to be mindful of that early on. He's very graceful, I must say. Ooh, I didn't mean to kill him that way, but lo and behold, I did. We got one of the medals already. We got these charging beetles, but your charge is better. So you just gotta keep charging through. Ow! Ah! I'm losing life fast here. You may also notice that the life is a little bit different in this one too. I don't remember how the health was in Spectre of Torment, but in Plague of Shadows and Shovel of Hope, the woo! Yes, woo. In Plague of Shadows and Shovel of Hope, you had each one of like your hearts, your dots there was you could take 2 hits before 1 dot went away. However, in this one, you take 1 hit and 1 heart goes away, so you really need to be careful about that. You've got to be the most careful, is what I'm trying to say here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Let me get some of this treasure here. And get hit by a slime of all things. This could be interesting. Can I make it over there? Yes. Aha. Charge head first into beetles, and no beetle will be able to match you. So says I, King Knight. Down we go. The adventure continues. Charge our way through and grab an apple. The little chargy beetles are cute. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. And then you end up just murdering them. I mean, it's not that cute anymore, but they're very eager. They're determined. Never forget, if there's a jump that you think you can't make in this game, just try dashing into a wall. Got all the medals here, so that's good. Gotta do my calf stretches. Boom. How dare. How dare. You know, I noticed I've been collecting these vials every now and again for vigor. I'm assuming that has to do with abilities you get later on. But for now, I have none. Actually, I was actually kind of hoping they'd give a little bit more, whoop, haha! Fooled you again! And here's the end of this level. So at the same time this came out, another Shovel Knight title came out as well, Shovel Knight Showdown, which is kind of like a fighting game. Yeah, it's kind of like a fighting, like a platformer fighting game where you use the different Shovel Knight characters and their unique abilities. Plays exactly like Shovel Knight in an attempt to, like, you know, win. There's a lot of objective-based games in it. Anyway, let's head on over to the homestead. Oh, my little prince, do you return to save the day with the ingredients I requested? Mother! I am no prince, I am king. And mother, kings have subjects who do their bidding for them. Oh, my precious love. Those are rats, not subjects. My rats are loyal to the last. They're my starter subjects, part of my grand plan. I must acquire a Joustus deck and be declared king of cards. This is far more important than errands. Well, you can't rule on an empty stomach. Please, my valiant knight, eat. So despite King Knight being kind of like a basement-dwelling shut-in toward his mother is a very sweet woman. Gives you hearty meat pies to increase your health by 1 permanently. So we get that. My God, King Knight's mother is so sweet. Also, when you're home, you can see the rats down there follow you around. Or some of the rats do, not all of them. The wall here, we bust into this, get some money. Climb up to the roof, and get some more money by destroying parts of the house. And of course, we can see the Tower of Fate in the background. Look at the rats! They follow! Oh, they follow you. If you go to one side... Oh, wait, they're not coming... Oh, there they are, yeah. They'll come back. Rats! We're rats! We're the rats! Oh, the rats are so cute. But we got the medal that's in here, so let me go ahead and move on. And by move on, I mean that next time on Shovel Knight, King of Cards, we're going to be moving on to the Plains Spectral Ravine. See you all then. Later.